Good afternoon. My name is Ajani Simmons, and today we're going to fix a delicious and healthy Spanish-style scrambler wrap. And this recipe was taken from Dr. Neil Barnard and Robin Webb's book, The Get Healthy, Go Vegan Cookbook. 125 easy and delicious recipes. So the first thing we want to do is go over the ingredients. You want to have about 1 small onion. The recipe actually calls for green peppers, but we use red peppers. I just like the way they look. They look beautiful. A teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of red chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, about a pound or so of spinach, fresh spinach, about 12 ounces of tofu. We use about maybe a quarter cup of water. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And of course, you're going to need a whole wheat tortilla. You just want to make sure that when you get and one thing I forgot to mention, the salsa, one of the most important things. With the salsa, you want to make sure there's no sugar added and it's very low in sodium. We use about a half a cup. I love salsa, so we're going to kick it up a notch. This one is a little bit hotter. So, all right, let's get started. The first thing we want to do, instead of your normal saute that uses oil, tends to be not as nutrient dense as people think it is, and also it also has a lot of calories for what you're going to get. So you don't get a lot of bang for your buck. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the onions and peppers, and we're going to do a water saute. So that was about a half a cup of water. And you just want to move these around until the onions get a little translucent. Let's turn our heat up a little bit. And this is just my preference. I love having my onions a little bit more on the raw side, a little bit more crunchy. So I'm not going to get these too translucent. And then what we're going to do next is add our tofu. The thing about tofu, people know tofu for, they're like, oh, it doesn't have any flavor. We're going to add some flavor to it. Tofu is great. It actually soaks up whatever flavors that you add to it. So those onions are smelling really good right now. Alright, so we're going to add our tofu. And we took the tofu and we just crumbled it up. So it almost simulates like an egg-like texture. Okay. We're going to measure out about a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of red chili powder, and this is going to give it that Spanish flavor to it, and about a teaspoon of cumin. So you just want to mix that up together and let the flavor just really get up in there real nice. And also to help to soak that flavor right in, we're going to add a little bit of about, let's say, a quarter of vegetable broth. The great thing about cumin, it's great for digestion, and some of these other spices here, like the red chili pepper powder and the turmeric, they're also great anti-inflammatory. So if you have something like rheumatoid arthritis or any type of inflammation, they're good for that. Actually, some studies have actually said that they also have been used to substitute for like Motrin. it's a less toxic substitute. So as you see here, the turmeric has given the tofu a yellowish color. So what we're going to do, one of the last things we're going to do, is we're going to add in some of our spinach. You want to mix this together. Kind of put the tofu on top of it. That'll help wilt it. And then we're going to add a little bit more of that vegetable broth. This is smelling good over here. So that's another quarter cup of vegetable broth. All right. And look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that color. Can you see that? All right. So now, the last step. You know, it kind of helps to have these ingredients kind of pre-cut. And, you know, just go out and buy your salsa, but just be conscious of what's in your salsa. And it should be in the refrigerated section. So the last thing that we're going to do is add our salsa. So we're just going to dump that right in to the mixture. This is kind of hot. Let's see how much we have here. I say let's just go ahead and dump it all. Just going to mix that up. And it's looking delicious. And the good thing about this meal is only 213 calories per wrap. 15 grams of protein. So when people say, hey, where are you going to get your protein? You tell them, hey, I'm getting it from my tofu. I'm getting it from my greens. She's going to mix that up there. And look how fast that took. So we are ready to go. Those flavors are really in that tofu. This is really mixed up well. So you want to grab your wrap, add a little bit of the mixture. My mouth is just watering right now. Add a little bit of the mixture. You don't want to overdo it. You can actually cut off your heat. Then we're going to roll it up here. Oops, a little fell out. That's okay. You want to add it to your plate. All right. And that's pretty much it. It's a very simple dish. It's filling. People will enjoy all the different flavors. Even if they never had turmeric, they never had tofu, it'll be great. Thank you.